Lesson 4, Part 4, Infinitives. An infinitive is a verb form that can act as a noun, adjective, or adverb. So it's a verb form, but it can function as other things in the sentence. So in English, an infinitive is sort of the base form. It's the present form of a verb with the word to before it. That's how we form our infinitives. It can function as a noun, adjective, or adverb in English. And infinitives, just like participles, since they're verb forms, can have objects, adverbs, and prepositional phrases. They can also be active or passive. So here's one, I want to go. Here the infinitive is a noun. It's the direct object of the sentence. To teach is too awesome for words. Here the infinitive is the subject of the sentence, also functioning as a noun. Carrots are easy to grow. Here to grow is describing easy. How easy or easy to grow? Where, when, how often, to what extent? Probably how is probably the best question that it's answering that. In what way is it easy? They are easy as it relates to growing. Her attempts to help were appreciated. Here, the infinitive is an adjective because it's describing attempts. Which attempts? The attempts to help. To be known by God is wonderful. Here we have a passive infinitive, to be known, and it has a prepositional phrase, by God, and the whole thing is functioning as the subject of the sentence. All right, now let's look at them in Greek. In Greek, infinitives can also function as nouns, adjectives, or adverbs. They can have objects, adverbs, and prepositional phrases. They can be passive or active. However, infinitives can be in multiple different tenses. So, kai me doxete legain en heautois. Don't think to say within yourself. To say is an infinitive. It's the direct object of this sentence. Now, you notice it's not in the accusative case. Well, actually, you don't know that yet because you don't know what form infinitives take, but I will tell you it's not in the accusative case because there are no cases for infinitives. Good news, infinitives only show up in a few different forms. They don't have gender, number, or case. Yay, not so many forms to memorize. So occasionally it will be difficult to tell what they're doing in a sentence, but normally you can tell just by where they are, or it's the only thing that makes any sense. So here's an example there. This is a present active infinitive, and it's acting as a direct object. All right, apatate erxata ha Iesus kerusein kai legein. From then, Jesus began to preach and to say. Those are both infinitives acting as direct objects. Again, they're present active infinitives. Here we have, he commanded him to be carried. This one is a passive infinitive. He commanded him to be carried into the castle. Present passive infinitive as a direct object. He commanded to be carried. All right, do you wish to go up to Jerusalem to be judged by me? They're concerning these things. This is, I believe, a passage talking about Paul. So here we have a present passive infinitive. It's an adverb answering why. Right, next one, he entered into the ship to sit. It's a present middle because it's deponent infinitive, and it's functioning as an adverb. As you can see above, infinitives do not have noun endings. You see only the sty ending or the ain ending on the previous slide. Infinitives only have one ending per verb, tense, and voice. So present active infinitives are first stem plus epsilon plus in. Present middle passive infinitives are first stem plus epsilon plus sty. Present infinitive of a me is a nai. That one you'll just have to memorize, as well as these two formulas. To translate a present active infinitive, put to blank, like to go or to talk. To translate a middle passive infinitive, if it's not deponent, of course, if it's deponent, we'll translate it actively. We're not going to translate anything as middle. We're just going to translate them as passive if they're middle passive. Put to be blanked, like to be preached or to be done. So summary, infinitives can function as nouns, adjectives, or adverbs. Infinitives can have objects, adverbs, or prepositional phrases. Infinitives can be passive or active. Infinitives do not have noun endings. Infinitives only have one ending per verb, tense, and voice. So the present active infinitive is first stem plus epsilon plus iota nu. First stem because it's present. Epsilon because that's what we use. Present middle passive infinitive, first stem plus epsilon plus stai. Present infinitive of a me is anai.